Matt Fisher going once.
Hello.
Yo, you got to cam up, Matt. You know the rules, man. What the hell you doing?
Okay. Oh,
there we
hi.
go.
How's everybody doing? Hey there. How you been? So, let's talk. No, I miss one stream. And everybody goes kind of, I don't know, loony. So let's see here. Where do I begin? Okay, let's start with the toys. I'm sorry, McFarlane picking up Power Rangers would be the worst thing possible. Yes, McFarlane does make highly detailed action figures. Unfortunately, they break all the time. And I don't know if you guys know this. I don't know what you guys do besides Power Rangers. But if you try and put together a McFarlane Build-A-Figure, your hands are going to bleed. Because this dumb shit decides to make figures with spikes on their arms. And then you're supposed to put the figure with the spikes on their arms, with the arms, into the body. And your hands bleed because they don't fit unless you jam it in there with everything you've got. And I don't know if you know this, I don't really have that much muscle. So that shit hurts. So no, I don't want to bleed putting together a goddamn Megazord. So pardon me. They don't scale with anything else that anybody has. So let's just say Mattel was making DC figures before McFarlane. Actually, I think they were. Mattel makes them in either 5 inches or 6 inches. McFarlane figures are all at 7 inches or larger. So your shelf is going to look uneven as So you'll have one Batman figure being this tall, or one Power Ranger figure being this tall, and then another figure being about this big, because Bandai decided to go 4 inches for some reason. So they're going to look highly uneven.
Okay.
Third of all, with McFarlane, except for writing Spawn, McFarlane wanted to become a toy maker. McFarlane doesn't really do comic book characters unless he really, really likes them. So let's just say, and we all love Tommy, but let's say McFarlane had a hard-on for the Green Ranger, but he didn't like any of the other figures or the other suits. You're going to get 700 different variations on Mighty Morphin, and maybe if he liked it in space. And then everything else, we're going to have to beg him for. Do you know how many Batman figures this man has made since he picked up the DC license? More than 70. Okay, and then they're all Jokerized because that was a thing. Cook. So you have Jokerized Batman figures. You have Batman figures. You have other Batman figures from characters that we don't really care about because nobody plays these games except for like a few select people. So I'm sorry, McFarlane picking this stuff up, not a good idea. Now, people were wondering, Playmates, they're going to make cartoonish figures. This probably won't work well. Well, have you gone to the toy aisle? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles looks like shit. So the reason why Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles looks like shit right now is because they made an animated television show that looks like shit. I don't know. I don't know the quality of the actual writing of the show. I don't watch it. I work for a living. And then I go home and I go to bed. So what I can say that if Power Rangers becomes a animated television show, then the figures are going to look like shit. Because Playmates decides to make figures based off of an animated television show look like shit. If there's not an animated television show, maybe they can put some quality work into them. Now, you're probably thinking, but Matt, animation's the way to go. That was what some people were saying on the stream last time. Unfortunately for everybody else, Power Rangers does not work as an animated product. I'm sorry, it doesn't. Disney tried it. Saban tried it round 2. I guess Hasbro wanted to do it for a little while. Nothing worked. Disney wanted to make it, so Doggy Kruger, the little dog guy from SPD, taught a bunch of random Power Rangers how to be Rangers. Sounds like a good idea. Never got off the ground. Why? Because Power Rangers is a show about 5 or 6, or if you count Dino Charge, 10 Rangers running around in spandex fighting a giant Roman pig who eats stuff, with the guy wearing the suit and little squibs throwing out sparks when they hit them with plastic swords. That's Power Rangers. You know why Power Rangers lasted 30 years? Because that's what they did. You know why Sentai has lasted 50 years? Because that's what they do. They don't change what they do because it works. Sure, they change the costumes and they change the story. That's fine. But Power Rangers is you have the Japanese footage over here and you have a bunch of teenagers over here. And you film them doing non-Ranger-esque shit such as, I don't know, picking up recycling or working with the homeless or the old folks. And then over here...
Whoa. We don't do Power Rangers with old folks. We saw what Hector David Rivera did with the old folks. We got to leave the old folks out there.
Touche. All right. You have them dub the Japanese footage, and then you go watch them film some other stuff, and then you combine it. And that's what Power Rangers is. Big budgets do not work. The only time it has worked is in 1995, because that was at the height of Mighty Morphin. That's because we had a villain such as Ivan Ooze, by the great Paul Freeman, who actually knew what the shit he was doing. Let's go not talk about anything and go make Turbo, which, bless their heart, but they were in those suits for maybe about 20 minutes in that entire movie. It didn't work. It didn't work in 2017 because they weren't in the suits for more than 20 minutes. And then Megazord, I'm sorry, looked like shit.
Okay,
that was something out of Pacific Rim. You can't. The reboot doesn't work because you can't use you can't make American suits. Yes, we did it for Lightspeed Rescue. That was one Ranger. I love Cosmic Fairy. They're very sweet people. I've met the actors. Those suits look fucking terrible.
Okay.
Terrible. Power Rangers Japanese footage when you dub it over. So I'm sorry. That is being animated. That's not Power Rangers. Big budgets. That's not Power Rangers. So if we want this brand to survive, we actually have to come out and appreciate the things we've got. I don't know who has the more toxic fandom anymore, Power Rangers or Doctor Who. Star Wars is another thing because you have a bunch of aging old men who can't get over the fact that there's Kung Fu in Star Wars anymore because they decided to cancel the Acolyte. So you, Star Wars fans. It's not for you anymore.
All right, Matt.
I'm sorry. One last thing, Henry. One last thing.
Go ahead.
Okay. I'm fine. So let me end with this. We have a brand that is currently on live support. Henry, you may think it's dying. You may do the little beep, 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 or you may have Brent coming in with the little sound effects going, so what? So what? So what? I don't know what you're going to do on this. But we have to support what we've got. If we want this brand to survive, we have to buy the Playmates toys. Whether we like it or not, that's who currently got the license. We may not want to spend $400 on a six-pack of Fig Zero figures with the Zeo and the Turbo coming out and everything. But if you like one of those figures, buy one of those figures. Support what we've got, or this line will go away and we will not get it back. This is not Star Trek where they can do 17 different variations of people running around on starships. No, this is our chance. This goes away, it's going to go the way as He-Man, it's going to go the way of the Thundercats, it's going to go the way of G.I. Joe. So support it. And Henry, bless your heart, I hope that you never change any of the names of these videos. And Brent, I know I said I'd leave you out of my mouth, but why not? Stay resilient, bitch.
Yo, I had no idea this was 100% not playing, guys. I had no idea Matt was going to do this. But he came up, he had a plan, he had a vision. And the ironic thing is Matt and Brent will be at PMC this weekend. So maybe they'll go in. Yeah, I'll definitely have my editor clip that. I need to figure out the title. Power Ranger fan goes on epic rant about their brand being dead and how to keep it alive.